Hi guys, I'm doing an old school first person video. I'm in my bedroom real quick. It's kind of a mess, but I just got a brand new bed. It's an awesome bed. So I have my kids over. They're watching TV, behaving, playing with their toys and stuff. So I figured, why not try doing a pickups video since I've been for the month of June. I do have a lot of pickups I did in June. I went on kind of a shopping spree. I don't know, with all this news about Atlus, with the trouble with their parent company and all that, I just was afraid that these Atlus games are going to start getting more rare. So I bought a lot of Atlus stuff, and then just all around just games I wanted for a while and got. So yeah, I'm gonna go right into it. I have one more thing coming in the mail, but I'm not gonna get it till later, so I'll just include that with my July pickup video when I finally make that. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of the PSP stuff I got today. A lot of cool shit. So first off, for really cheap, I found this game for dirt cheap, and I actually I have a hacked PSP, so I decided to download this game and give it a try, and I liked it from what I played so far. I got bad reviews, but I never really like to listen to reviews, and that's and Stone Ashton Ishia story. I'm not gonna pronounce that right, but Anastasia story, I guess. Alright, whatever. I look like a retard, but I'm not going to pronounce that correctly. But yeah, well, it looks like it's actually a Korean game, which is pretty cool. You know, made by Ubisoft and all that. It's kind of like it reminds me, the gameplay, like the battle system reminds me of Popo LaCroix from the little that I played from that game. But yeah, I'm glad I have this in my collection. I'm glad it was dirt cheap. It's just something I always wanted to have, so I just went out and I found it on eBay dirt cheap. That's another thing. I discovered the eBay app on my phone, so that's been kind of dangerous. That's kind of why I went crazy and just bought a lot of stuff this past month. So yeah. The next is, I didn't know this until I read up. I stumbled upon something, and this game, Crimson Gem Saga, it's actually this game's sequel. So that's pretty cool. I never knew that. Like, I already ordered this, and then when this came in, you know, I was really excited, and you know, I read something online I just stumbled upon, and it's like, this is actually the sequel to this. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing that, but that's pretty cool. This game's also from Korea. This is published by Atlus this time, but really excited to dive into these games. These look like something I can get into real quick, and yeah, looking forward to that. Next, a game I've always wanted on my radar. It's been on my radar ever since I saw it, due to the cover art is real cool and unique because you have to turn it sideways, and that's Brave Story, produced by Xseed. And this looks cool. Like, the storyline kind of reminds me of like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance's storyline, where like the whole like never-ending story aspect, like, you know, you're a kid in the real world and then you dive into a fantasy world. I like that. I'm playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance right now, and the storyline, I like it. It's, you know, it's wholesome, it's good, and I'm glad, you know, other games are, you know, this one, it sounds kind of similar, like, at least story plot wise. So but besides that, it just looks like your you know, your run-of-the-mill traditional RPG, which looks awesome, you know. This next one I got because I like Pokemon, but I can't get into it really because it's kind of too childish. So I heard that this is like the Pokemon for adults, and then I found out that it's actually a really rare PSP games. This game and the last PSP game I'm about to show are kind of like my my prized possessions in my PSP collection so far. And the first one, and it's cool. It's made by the same people that did the Shin Megami Tensei series, and that's the Monster Kingdom Jewel Summoner, published by Atlas, and this game looks awesome. You know, you just raise monsters, you level them up, and then you fight other monsters, and you capture them, you know, with these summoning jewels, you know, kind of like Pokeballs, I guess. But it sounds exactly like a Pokemon, but with, like, you know, more adult themed storyline and whatnot, which is pretty cool. I'm actually really excited to get started on this. Last and not least, in the PSP, I found a really, it was expensive, not as expensive as I've seen them before, but it was an expensive game. And hold on, everyone say hello to my son Bruce. Say hi, Bruce. Oh, you want me to open your plantain chips? Hold on 1 minute. Here you go. Sorry about that. And yeah, back to what I was saying. It wasn't too expensive. It was still kind of up there. It's a sealed copy of Hexy's Force. Now, what pisses me off about this is I actually, a long time ago, not too long ago actually, I went to a GameStop and I saw this on the shelf, and I pulled it out. I looked at it. It was complete. It might have even been new. It wasn't sealed though. It was GameStop new, and it was only $30, and that's what killed me. And I said, oh, that's kind of too expensive. At the time, I was only buying games that were like 15 to 20 bucks or something. So I put it back on the shelf, and later on, I spent twice that on a sealed copy. But really excited to finally have this. I can, you know, focus on more titles that I'm interested in. But this looks like a fantastic game too, by the way. I like how there's 2 storylines. You can, you know, beat it twice, and you know, it looks a lot like a PS1 RPG, which is cool. So yeah, those are my PSP pickups for the month of June, and I'm pretty happy about that. These next 2 games are DS titles, and that's the first one. I always wanted this game just to have all the games in the series, and that's Advance Wars Days of Ruin. Actually looking forward to playing this. I like the whole idea of a mature story arc. I heard that, you know, they're not as hard as the first one. The first one's really hard, but I enjoy it a lot. So glad to finally have all the Advance Wars games in my collection. And then the last game on the DS, I got a copy of Radiant Historia, published by Atlas. And really happy to have this. This is like, you know, the whole time travel Chrono Trigger thing going on. But the game looks beautiful. Just, you know, the sprite work and all that. And it sounds like a great game with multiple endings. The replay value in this is going to be ridiculous. So I'm really happy I have this. Moving right along, I got 2 Game Boy Advance games. I found this at a CD Trader, and I don't remember if I showed this in my last pickups video, but I don't think so. And it's a mint condition of Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls for the Game Boy Advance. Now, I already have both these games on the PSP, but I saw this, it was only 20 bucks, and look how, like, there's only a little bit of damage right there. But besides that, it's just mint, man. The game was still in the plastic wrap, so everything's in here. It's just, it was awesome finding this, you know. So, and then on eBay, I was looking for this game, just the cart, and I found this for a reasonable price, and that's Advance Wars, the first one for the Game Boy Advance, and kind of beat up shape, but for the price, it was, you know, I was finding carts that cost more than this, so I couldn't, you know, it's nice just to have it complete, and now I own all the Advance Wars games, and this is actually, I'm leaning towards my favorite is this one. I played the other ones briefly, but I spent the most time playing part 1, and that was just on a emulator on my PSP. So glad to finally have this. And these next 2 games are 3DS games. The first one I'm actually playing right now, and I'm loving it, and that's Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. Now, when I first found out about this game, this wasn't being released. The 3DS version wasn't being released. I actually heard about it because I was looking into the other Devil Summoner games, the ones for the PS2, and I found out that there was a Sega Saturn game called Soul Hackers, and I downloaded the trailer and all that, and I watched it, and I was like, holy shit, I want to try to find a Saturn emulator and download this ROM and play it. And I didn't get to it, and it wasn't gonna happen. So I kind of forgot about this game, and then when I found out about this release, I was like, holy shit, yes, thank you. Like, there is, like, a god. So I went out, I didn't get it on release, but I went out, I saw a box in good condition at GameStop, and I'm like, how much is this? They're like $40. I'm like, you got the soundtrack? They're like, yep. So I took it, and really glad. I'm playing it right now, and it's an awesome game. I love everything about it. It's Shin Megami Tensei all the way. Really happy. Great first-person dungeon crawler. If you haven't played this yet, I highly recommend it. It's a game stopper. I stopped playing what I was doing, playing 2 games to play this. So definitely play it. And then last but not least, I got Project X Zone for the 3DS, the limited edition box. It's still sealed. I might do an unboxing video in a little bit, maybe tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. I gotta see how my kids are doing, and I'm really excited about this. The game looks awesome. Usually I don't buy, like, spin-off or like these fan-favorite types, but there's just way too many awesome characters in this game, and it just looks like a fun game, and that's what I'm looking to get into, are fun games to play. Lately the games I've been playing are kind of grind heavy and taxing on the soul. So can't wait to get started on this. Actually, I kind of don't want to open it because it's just, the box is so nice sealed, but I don't know, I'm being stupid. But yeah, glad I'm getting that. Glad I have that, and gonna get into it hopefully later. These next 3 games are Game Boy Advance carts that I found online for real cheap, and I just wanted to get. And first one is Sword of Mana. So saw it for like $2. I couldn't, I was like, why not? So I was ordering something else, and I picked this up with it. Then I got Breath of Fire 1. Always wanted to have all of the Breath of Fire games in some way, shape, or form, and now I do. Breath of Fire 3 is one of my favorite games. And then I got Breath of Fire 2 for the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. And this last little thing, actually not last, but I wanted a handheld, a Game Boy Advance. I was playing it so much. I was bringing my DS Fat to work to play, and it just wasn't it wasn't working out. It was just too big of a handheld to carry around. So I went out and bought myself a Game Boy Micro. Game Boy Micro. And I love this thing. It is so tiny. No one knows I have it at work, and it's great. And it's smaller than cell phones. I have Final Fantasy Tactics Advance in there, and it is a great handheld. The screen is beautiful. Look at that. And yeah, it is small, but it doesn't really affect me because the screen's so crisp and bright, and just, it's a great handheld. I love it. I'm actually maybe later on this summer I might buy a brand new one, spend the $150 and just get a brand new one, because this is used. It's in good copy, but it's kind of beat up. It has issues with the triggers. Like, I really got to press down on them hard for them to work. But I'm really happy I have this. I'm not a fan of the camouflage faceplate, but I can always get a new one if I wanted to. But like I said, I'm contemplating on getting just a brand new one and keeping this for so I can have something and not worry about it getting beat up. So, yeah, new handheld, love it. It's tiny. I don't know if you guys want to, put it to scale, but here's a regular DS game. There's the handheld. Like, I mean, that's tiny, man. So, definitely, totally worth the money I spent. It was only like $50, and it's exactly what I was looking for, which is great. And now this last thing I'm going to show you, I wasn't going to, but I might as well, because it's gaming related. I was buying so many Game Boy Advance games lately and building up my collection. I was wondering, well, like, how am I gonna store these games? I don't want to have them in a Ziploc bag forever. And I found, this website you guys probably heard of, mycoverproject.com or something like that, or cdcoverproject.com, something along those lines. And they have ready to print, high quality video game covers for all systems, not just the Game Boy Advance, but they made their own covers to fit DS covers with the Game Boy Advance label on the corner and all that. So I went online and I ordered these cases. Unfortunately, you can't get the original Nintendo ones, but they have these cases which are kind of cheap. They're kind of harder, so they're prone to break more. But right now I have Digimon World Dusk in there because it's the only loose card I have for the DS, and eventually I'm just going to throw in a cover for this. But it has, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can. Yeah, no, you're not going to be able to see it. But right here is where the Game Boy Advance cover goes. And there's a little lip here that prevents the games to lock on. Like, that's my only complaint. So what I did, I think I did it to this one. I took an X-Acto knife, and no, it's not that one. I took an X-Acto knife and I cut it right here. You can actually see it right there, and it wasn't hard at all, and I was just careful. And now the game fits in there. So there is a little bit of modifications that you have to do. And if you want to put the game manual, you can, but there's another lip right here. You're not going to be able to see it, but you have to take an X-Acto knife or a razor blade and cut down there. And yeah, and then when this is done, I'm going to have printed out covers for this. Hey dude, how's it going? There's Bruce again. And then I'm going to have all these cases filled with, my Game Boy Advance games, and I'll be able to put them on my shelf, and it'll be cool. It's just a cool way to store it. So, yeah, those are my pickups, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry for the long wait on videos. I know I haven't been making much. A lot of stuff, personal stuff, has been happening. One of my best friends passed away. So I've been grieving about that. I took over my dad's business for a little bit, so I've been working and plus doing that on the weekends, and then taking care of this dude and his little brother. And they're great. They're the best kids in the world, man. They're hardly no trouble at all. So overall, I'm happy. I've been buying a lot, so that kind of helped out a little bit, and I'm looking forward for some pickups in July. I'm going to start doing this in every pickups video, start predicting some of my pickups for the next month. For July, I'm definitely getting Shin Megami Tensei 4 limited edition box set. That's already done. I want to try to get Classic Heroes 2. I'm going to pick up part 1, but I want a physical copy of part 2. That's like the main thing that I want. I want Strange Journey, Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, a lot complete with the soundtrack and the box and all that. Dragon's Crown for the PS3. It's a good month for Atlas, actually. Dragon's Crown and Shin Megami Tensei 4. Shin Megami Tensei 4 looks like it's going to be the best game of 2013. And then a few games here and there for the PSP and the DS that I can't really think of. But yeah, I'm gonna I'm thinking about getting a PS Vita next month. We'll see. My son's birthday is coming up though, so that I might wait till after August. But I want a PS Vita really bad. And that's about it, man. I'm really happy with this June's pickups. It was very fun. The eBay app on my Android telephone is gonna make me go bankrupt, but who cares? So yeah, those are my pickups for June. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the rambling. Thank you for watching. Thank you for for those of you that are subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. It means a lot to me. I'm sorry that I went lazy and went first person, but it's been a while. I kind of made up, and I'm using my HD in the camera. Hopefully, it'll upload to YouTube. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload it, and hope to see some comments later, guys. Thanks a lot.